Faxanadu, or Faxanadu, or I've even heard Faxanadu if you want to be. This has been the cursed Let's Play. This is the 6th time in a month I've tried to get this game recorded, and I actually like this game. I enjoy some Faxanadu. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty of how this is a flawed game and why most people don't like it, but I have a soft spot for it, yada yada. We're going to get into all of that, but it's everything that can go wrong while recording a Let's Play for the Yubbatubs has gone wrong while I've been trying to get this recorded. And if I may, like, part the curtain for a moment, those of you who've never recorded Let's Play material before, like, most people have this conception of, oh, they play video games on YouTube, how hard could it be? And it's not that it's hard, but sometimes you find yourself in the strange situation where you have to pretend like you're having a lot of fun playing a game that you have literally been playing in my case, all month, and you were very sick of. So, I do love Faxanadu, but oh my god, I will be very happy when this game is finally recorded and it's off my docket and off my plate and off my dump truck. Can we just spend the whole session listing the things that I want to get this game off of? My mind, my butt, my case. So here's the deal, kids. You and I are going to go through Faxanadu here, and I don't care. I literally don't care. If this turns out like I'm going to just record this, and whatever happens today, happens. Okay, no do-overs. If it ends up being pure Garbo, I need to not get killed on this spike monster here. If it ends up being Garbo, then I'm going to upload Garbo. Y'all know some Garbo? You want to see some Garbo? That's what you came here for? Anyway, Faxanadu is it's another one of the old, bad, hard side-scroller / RPG kind of adventure game things that I've been doing a lot of lately. I did Castlevania 2, then I did Battle of Olympus, and Faxanadu is kind of in that same vein. You've got this side-scrolling world, you've got all these dungeons and things, you've got a leveling system, you have to buy equipment and whatnot, like we're doing here with this guy. We're actually doing a neat little trick, because the game doesn't keep track of whether or not the king gave you money. So what we can do, all the game looks at is, does Faxanadu Man have 0 golds? And if he does have 0 golds, the king gives you 1,500 golds. So all we need to do is make sure that we spend all of our golds. So I'm buying very specific items here to make sure that I go out to exactly 0 gold. You can't really game the system by doing this a great deal, because there's not much for sale in this first town, and you can't come back. You won't ever have a chance to do this again. But we will walk out of here with about 1,000 extra gold that the game doesn't expect us to have, which is pretty nice. So one of the items I bought, here, I'll go ahead and show you here, is an elixir. You can see it, it's in the red jar at the bottom of the screen. All that does is when I die holding the elixir, I will drink it. I've used elixir. And that fills up your health and mana, which is good because for some reason the game doesn't start you with full health and mana. And now I can go back in here and buy another elixir, because you can only carry one at a time. You're only allowed to have one. That leaves me with 0 gold. So now I just go back to the king, and the king's like, I've never seen you before, my good man. Welcome to my castle. Also, here's money. So I got that going for me. So, Faxanadu, man, I just don't want to play this game today, but I have to get it done. So, like, I don't know, what would be refreshing for you guys? Because usually when I'm in a situation like this, you have to remember, keep in mind that when you're watching a good YouTube channel, I like to consider that I'm a good YouTube channel. I like to consider that I'm pretty good at my job. My water's not open. There, I'm good at my job. That's why you just heard that loud crack of my water bottle opening up. if a Let's Player is doing his due diligence, he's going to play the game, he's going to do the test play, make sure he knows what he's doing going in. Usually, when you see a finished game on my YouTube channel, the playthrough you're seeing is typically the third playthrough I've done of the game recently. What do I still need to buy? I still need to buy... Okay, I know what I need to buy. We need to make sure we don't get hit by this guy. I said it doesn't matter that much because we're not close to death anymore, but... So usually I'll do... Like, say, Metroid Prime. I played Metroid Prime. First I did a test play of Metroid Prime to make sure I knew what I was doing. Then I did a second playthrough where I wrote an itinerary for the game. Like, just a list. This is a list of things that I need to do over the course of Metroid Prime. And then the third playthrough is me actually recording the game and following the itinerary that I wrote during my second playthrough. That's typically how it goes. For a really old game that I, like, ostensibly is part of my childhood and that I grew up with, like Faxanadu, I'll do more playthroughs than that because I have to de-rust. I have to bring myself back up to that same level of competency that I'm supposed to be good at. I have to equip an item here. Okay, so we're good to go. We can leave starting town now. So, just this week I've done 3 playthroughs of Faxanadu between me just trying to get it recorded and just everything else. The test plays, the failed recordings. I did a couple of them, and then like I got sick of the game, and I was like, whatever, I'll record this later. But then I went to record it, and I had to de-rest again. It was crazy. It's been nuts, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this game. I'm tired of this game. I'm tired of this game. And under normal circumstances, I would not even play it. I would just say, you know what, not gonna happen. It's not the first time that I've sat down to record a game and it didn't work, and it's like, you know what, it just goes on the cutting room floor. I've got a whole pile of LPs that didn't go anywhere just for that exact reason, because for one reason or another they just didn't work out. I'm not going to list them because I know whenever I do that, people leave comments like, oh, go ahead back and do that one, Brickroad. But for Faxanadu, I literally said in the last Battle of Olympus video that Faxanadu was next, and I don't usually tell people what's next because of this very reason. It's like, okay, if I say what's next, we need to buy a shield here. And I think this is the only shield we actually ever need in the game. I would like a shield. I just told you I would like a shield. You didn't have to ask me twice, you nerd. Yeah, this is probably the only shield we're going to buy, and we have the only spell we're going to buy. There's lots of spells in the game, but they're all useless. But yeah, I felt obligated to to actually follow through on the promise. I said I'd play Faxanadu, so here it is. I went through a period, it was a couple of years ago now, where I had a series of Let's Plays where back before YouTube took away annotations, when I made my own little end cards from scratch, or at the end of each Let's Play, I would advertise the next Let's Play and oh, here's the next series button. Like, I think Gianna Sisters and maybe Zeo Drifter were in that bunch. And yeah, I had to stop doing that for this exact reason, because you know what? To keep my sanity, you can never really be sure. Oh, I need a jet key. You can never really be sure that the thing is gonna work until you complete the thing. So, it's a lesson that I've learned already. But we have to pretend like I haven't learned it for some reason with Faxanadu. And I don't know why. Here we are in the first kind of dungeon area. So you start out with no weapon. And you can't even attack if you have no weapon. But now the first one we bought is a little dagger. And the problem is these spikety guys are too low to the ground to be hit with my dagger. And you can't duck in this game. So what we have to do instead is fire off 2 shots of deluge. And that will kill them. Does this guy jump or does he just run back and forth? He jumps. Okay, so we're fine here. See ya. Yeah, he got me. He got me. That was okay. So I'm going to jump over here and get this bread, and I'm going to explain a little bit how momentum works. Pay very close attention, because you actually have multiple walk speeds. If you just walk forward, you'll see I accelerate slightly towards the end of this platform. You watching? Okay, here we go. You see how I kind of pick up the pace? The acceleration in this game is very, very strange, and that's kind of happened a few times, because I haven't played Zelda 2 for this. Should I call it a series? The old bad NES platformer RPG series? I'm not going to call it a series. I didn't play Zelda 2 for the channel, but I played Castlevania 2, and then I played Battle of Olympus. And Battle of Olympus and Zelda 2, which both definitely fit into the old bad platformer RPG for NES category, they all have this weird acceleration. I think I got to do 11 shots here. They give you this nice platform to stand on, so this dragon guy can't actually hit you. But later on, we'll fight this same dragon man in a couple other situations, and every other time we face him, he's going to be an incredibly difficult enemy. So we've got to do what's best for this first fight, which is okay, but then we have to... Later on, we're going to have much trouble fighting him. Like, even in the end game, that's a tricky enemy to kill. But yeah, that's like our first boss? He's a boss, sure. There aren't many bosses in the game, and most of the time bosses come back as regular enemies later. Come here, Frogman. There we go. You will notice that enemies that drop coins always drop coins, enemies that drop bread always drop bread. Oh, I can't fight this thing. Let's just get out of here. We should be fine as long as we... Oh! Alright, you know what? There we go. Jump! Get him. Jump! Get him. Jump! Get him. Lots of enemies in this game are very bouncy. I think this is kind of like a Minotaur it's supposed to be. Not as bad as the Minotaur in Battle of Olympus, admittedly. We had to do this dungeon to get the Madoc. The Madoc is used to break a block later. And then what's really funny is later in the game you can buy them, buy as many as you want, but as far as I know, there's no other place in the game where you can use a Madoc, except for right here at the beginning. So I don't know why they sell them later. I'm not sure. I bought 4 Jack keys. Okay, I got some space now. Oh, I didn't want to hit the Skull Man with that deluge. I wanted to hit his friend. So we'll pop the Madoc right here. And we can kill these guys and they'll drop coins, but we're not going to be able to get the coins. They'll be despawned by the time we get down there. But yeah, you'll notice the enemies that drop coins always drop coins. Enemies that drop bread always drop bread. And the early game is actually the stingiest part of the game with the bread monsters. It's not that any part of the game is low on bread. But you kind of learn which enemies have bread, and bread enemies are usually farmable, which is nice. Like these little ghostling here, if I could kill one of them, they are breadmans. In fact, I'm probably going to need 2 breads. This is going swimmingly, I must say. There's some bread. That's not how I thought he was going to bounce, honestly. Aha, you see I didn't make that jump because I didn't have quite enough momentum. You do have to run kind of back from here in order to make these kind of jumps. You get used to the momentum in the game as you play it. So, a lot of people dislike this game because it's so difficult, and it is really difficult. But here's the thing, is the difficulty, it's not even that the difficulty's front-loaded, it's that the game starts out at a particular difficulty, and then stays that difficult for the whole game. It's never going to get easier, but it's never going to get harder either, really. Like, this one projectile monster, like, every monster we fight in the game that has projectiles is going to be basically that easy to kill. And it's also why we bought a shield. Projectiles... The shield reduces projectile damage by some percentage, and then better shields increase the percentage that the damage reduction takes. I think all we need here is a longsword. Delectable. And yeah, let's go ahead and equip that. Oh, we can't equip it in a shop. We have to go out here. Now we can equip it. I'm going to sell this dagger. Get rid of it. Came here to sell. Oh. I guess you can't sell dagger. Very well. Okay. I think we do need to do a little bit of farming, actually. Oh, you know what? Let's go to the meat shop. Buy some meat. Just to get some mana, actually. The health's not going to be a big deal, because we can farm health really easily right outside this. Oh, you know, we need to stop here, too. This is our checkpoints. Churches and towns. If we die, we respawn at the last church we visited. Oh, that's... Imagine that. Imagine me getting to the end of this recording, getting killed by, like, one of the endgame bosses. I'm like, I've never been to a church before. Like, that would just be marvelous. But yeah, farming these little guys here for bread, if you really want to, is not terribly bad. Oh, you know what we need to do, though? Is... we don't want to farm them for bread, but if we stand right here, they should all come right into my path. 1, 2, 3. And we just keep doing this. So, there's a drop system in this game. And it's not tied to individual monsters. Like I said, individual monsters are always going to drop what they drop. It's tied to the screen. Sometimes, when you kill all the monsters on a particular screen, an important and useful item will drop, such as this ointment. I am now free from injury because of the ointment. That's a very Englishy way of saying that I'm invincible for as long as this ointment lasts. So we are going to try to get as far as we can before the ointment runs out. So we can go in this door here with the jack key. So we don't need to fight any of this. We still can get hit by fireballs, though. Fireballs are still a thing that, like that right there, just happened to us. Of course it did. Why wouldn't it? Also, we have a longsword now, so we can kill the little spikety monsters if we so choose, if we are so inclined. And that's it for ointment. Come here, you. I'm gonna go up here and get some bread, too. Excuse me, did you just hop? I didn't realize that nerd could hop. If you get really deep with the sword, any part of your sword can connect. Any pixel on your sword can deal damage. If you get in deep enough, I think I want to go this way. Yeah, all the way around. If you get in deep enough, you can hit with the base of your sword and then push the monster back just in time to get hit by the tip of it. You can actually get 2 hits in. That's something you can do with the long sword and every better sword. We're just going to fire 6 shots here. Why make things difficult on myself in this room?
Shoutouts to Curtis Montgomery for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.